Hey guys, happy weekend. It's Saturday. This is one of those days you should get up and wash your clothes. But I want us to watch a video real quick because, like I say, the world is delusional. But let's watch this real quick.
I had a guy get me a Benz before and put me in a loft space and, set my whole life up differently than what it was normally. And I feel like if you brought me to like this level, and then we didn't work out, but we're still friends, we didn't have beef and no one cheated. It was just didn't work out. But I still, I wasn't going to move from my space because it didn't work out. I wasn't going to give him back my car because I'm not going to downgrade my lifestyle because me and you are no longer together. And I just feel like if you put me in this space and that was under your budget, then what's the difference now? You know what I mean?
You were my girlfriend. I you.
Yeah, but but I personally feel like no, I'm not moving.
But see, what he did was this though. He gave you the upgrade, but part of that upgrade is because you're with me.
Yes.
You understand? So.
It's so funny when I see videos like this. I always think, what a joke, because you cannot be this delusional. Being with someone, and especially if it's a wealthy person, yes, it opens you to a lot of great things. Your life gets upgraded, you get to eat in fancy restaurants and travel to fancy places, but in no shape or fashion is that person, that man, obligated to keep giving you that lifestyle when you guys are not together. It doesn't matter if you are just friends. Why should any man be putting this much attention and effort into catering for you if you guys are no longer together? Now, half the time when people actually break up, majority of the times you see that they can't even be friends. It is just what it is, depending on how you guys break up. But to sit and expect that, he's supposed to give you the luxury and the privileges of being with him when you guys are not together is unrealistic. And I find it very strange that people even have this thought process, because when I leave with everything. Like I go away, Now, I'm not one of those people who says, if we break up, I'm going to take everything back from you. But I'm just not going to do anything further than that, If I think of all the money I had invested in things for my people, I wish I could take them back. But it is what it is. You give a gift and a gift remains, but to say you expect continuous catering for, that's delusional. Okay, we need to be realistic with what we want. And she goes ahead to say, so what, am I supposed to just be with him just to get those things? You don't have to be with someone you're not attracted to anymore, or you don't feel like you guys have a connection with. Unfortunately, that person came with a sweet baggage, but once it's done, it's done. Me personally, I cannot stay around anyone that I'm not attracted to. I can't even do. I don't care what you bring to the table. If my heart isn't there anymore, I'm out. Now, she said something else, that the guy should wait for her to find somebody else that could give her the same lifestyle. What do you say to that? Anyway, let's watch one more video real quick because I want to state a few things.
Things I do not want to see on the first date in under a minute. When I call you a car or pick you up, I expect you to be downstairs in the lobby waiting. I'm going to give you the same grace that Uber gives you. If you're not down there in 5 minutes, I'm out. Because you already knew what time I was coming. So now I'm going to assume that you just don't value my time. Being late isn't a personality trait. It's blatant disrespect. Next, I'm going to offer to open all your doors. Please do not get in the way of that. I just feel like you're stripping me of my duties as a man. Just step to the side and allow me to open it. When we're being walked to our table by the waiter, I need you to be mindful that I need the seat that faces the entrance. If the seat that is facing the door is a more comfortable seat and you want it, I need you to be prepared to sit next to me. I actually prefer that so it don't feel like an interview. But regardless, I need to see the door, so be mindful of that. 4, once we get seated, please do not sit down and immediately throw your purse on the table and grab the menu. Let's converse. Let's chat a bit, because the entire point of this date is the interaction, not really the food. If you grab that menu the moment we sit down, I'm going to automatically assume that you just...
Now, I always say boundaries are very important, and both men and women should have boundaries of what they expect their lives to look like and what they want their relationships to look like, especially first dates, because these things are very important, because you wouldn't allow people cross those lines. You would know if a person is a green flag or a red flag. Now, he made a few more points, but I have to agree with this. Number 1, he spoke about time. To me, time is everything. Time is money. Every moment, every second wasted, or delayed, I get seriously annoyed. Every time I go to places, I make sure I'm always at least 10 minutes early, because except there's a situation where I get pulled off by road safety and all that, or maybe my stomach was running. But even then, I would always send a message to whoever I'm meeting to say, listen, I'm so sorry, I'll be here a few minutes late. Never ever more than 7-10 minutes late. And this is very rare. People, especially in Nigeria, they have they don't care about time. Time to them is, oh well, I like to be at places on time. Unfortunately, even when you think of going out, or let's say you're going to the club or something, people are always late. If you tell me 10 to me is 10 doesn't mean 1 o'clock, and even with weddings over here, it's a problem. I remember when I went to Romania and there was a wedding, because I was used to the way people moved in Nigeria. By the time I actually got to the wedding, guess what? It was already over the service. It was just reception left, and I felt so bad. So never again do I make that. Now, a few things I feel women shouldn't do. Like, listen, if you do find a man either on the internet or outside that you are bonded with or you're attracted to, and you would like to see where it goes, and you go out on a date, please, in the name of God, never ever ask a man to pay for your transportation or pay for your outfits that you're gonna wear. Because first of all, you sell yourself so cheap, because naturally you should have those things. Naturally, especially, a lot of people would expect that, oh, the man is just going to come and save their whole life and upgrade them. You should already be doing those things on your own. And it is so almost disrespectful, because then when you ask men for things like this, and they turn around and switch it like, okay, you know what, I did all this and I paid for your meal, and they ask you for something else, you can't really say no. Do you understand? Because it's basically tit for tat. And also, I believe that dates, especially the first outing, shouldn't even be so expensive. You don't have to go to the most expensive restaurant. Me, preferably, I would like to go somewhere maybe for a walk, a coffee, something like that, because it's about getting to know that person. A lot of people who will take you to the club on a first date have no intentions of anything serious. I promise you that. Because why would you want to get to know someone in a place where there's alcohol consumption, there's all other things being consumed, the music is too loud, you can't even hear each other? So please, always keep it at a neutral place. When I was still dating, I always like to go to the location myself. I don't want strangers knowing where I live. In case it doesn't go well, I can exit peacefully. And remember, women, when you are out on a date, please take your own money. And if you don't have enough money, please consume only what you can afford. Do not go to a restaurant, because he mentioned that also. Do not go there and start picking the most expensive steak on the menu, because at the end of the day, you do not even know if you guys are gonna click. So I find it very strange to put such a bill on a stranger, if it's not gonna work out. Now, if it's something that would work out, then cool, no problem. But still, always be mindful. Always act as if you were raised right, because my my father will tell you, not even chop stuff. Just don't even eat. But you know what? And another thing, for those women who do consume more alcohol, which he did mention, the video is longer, please stop going there and thinking it is Christmas and drinking beyond your capabilities. Because I'm sorry, the fact that you could walk in pretty into a restaurant and then turn out looking so crazy at the end, it's ridiculous to me. You want to be aware of your surroundings. At the end of the day, you do not know who this man is or what he's capable of doing. You don't want a situation where you're a little bit intoxicated and something bad happens. So please, drink more water than you drink alcohol. Thank God I don't drink anymore. Even if sometimes I do miss it, I can't lie. But yeah. Now, one thing I would say women should stop doing. Listen, it is, if you're not sure, or your intuition tells you that a person isn't good for you, please don't go on that date. But do not go with 3, 4, 5 of your friends and expect the person you're talking to provide and pay for all those friends. And majority of the people you guys bring are greedy and lack home training. If you know you are not comfortable enough with that man alone, make sure you're the one going to the location yourself. Stop dragging your friends. That thing, you would think it's a 2000 effect. People are still doing it tonight, and it's so ugly. It's so ugly. If I was a man, I would leave all of you there on red. When I go pay tire. I'm not just gonna pay the bill to prove I am a strong man. It's not gonna happen. Anyway, to-do-do.